Hello, I'm SupaWaluigi, and welcome back to SupaConstruction here in the Nintendo World Park. Once again, we're back, and we're just finishing off Bowser's Castle. If you didn't see in the last part, we built a few outside walls and started this general area, and we're just finishing off the castle now. We've started on this main outer wall to the castle sort of thing, or inner wall rather, because the outer wall is right at the edge of the pathway at the entrance. And we're just we're just finishing it off now. I've had a fair few troubles with this part. I'm beginning to realise that SupaConstruction might have to be put on hiatus for a little while, and that's not something I really want to do. But I've had so many difficulties trying to record this part, which really should have come out yesterday, because firstly OBS didn't work. It's just been being really temperamental and wasn't recognizing Rollercoaster Tycoon as the game that I wanted it to record. And then when it did work, Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 kept on crashing. So yeah, we've had a lot of problems trying to just get it to work generally. So yeah, I think SupaConstruction might have to go on hiatus for a while. I'll keep trying to work on it, see how it's going, and if I can record some more parts. But whilst actually building, because obviously you're seeing this sped up by 5 times, but whilst recording it was a little bit laggy, making things quite difficult. So you can see at some points where the camera goes wildly off screen to the wrong direction. So trying to work around all of this, but I do have some plans to replace this series in the meantime. I think I am going to have to try and invest in a proper gaming PC, which would be a good idea actually, because now that I'm doing a lot more editing and gaming and other such things, it would be good to get a stronger, more capable system that can do this sort of thing. And especially, mainly with the editing, really. This laptop only has has a dual core. It's a good processor, but obviously I think a quad core would be much better in most cases. So I'll have to look into that. And anyway, so you can see the main castle taking shape now. It's a little bit odd and annoying. I didn't realise that the amount of squares that the whole structure is built on is uneven. So the main entranceway is not actually central to the whole building. You'll see later on how that looks, because is mainly noticeable for the third tier or the third floor. Well, technically the second floor, but it looks like a third floor. And yeah, it's a little bit annoying. But I think overall the castle has taken shape quite well. I haven't put any more fire in just yet, because obviously with the problems I just said earlier, that might be contributing to it. But I'll take a look, head back in and add some more things, because there are some things I didn't build this episode that I will probably do off screen, just because they're small things, such as the fire. Maybe a few little scenery objects once I decide what sort of things I want to go. It's probably just going to be barrels and stuff. It might look a bit more Legend of Zelda-y rather than evil Bowser-y, but I'll have a look. I know there's going to be more structures built around, because obviously we'll be destroying some things when roller coasters and rides and shops get built in here. So got that to look forward to. We're just adding in a couple of more towers on the roof here. Initially wanted them to be fully circular, so you could just see how the edge corner roof pieces look when they come together. But because it is an uneven shape, decided to make it slightly bigger, and the towers look all right in the end anyway. I probably could actually experiment with how it looks with 4 towers on the edges there. It might look a bit better, but then it'll just be replicating the outer wall. So I kind of want them to have distinct designs within them. But we'll see how it looks. Obviously, you've got small little details such as doors, sort of to look like access points to the roof for minions or even staff in a real life equivalent park. And you can see, we saw it earlier a little bit, but the path that runs around the edge, it's like an inner courtyard bit. We're probably going to put a load of shops and stalls down there. There's not going to be any room for rides really, unless we make some entrances outside of the walls and get some people through there like that. So yeah, here you can see how it's not even, because you've got 3 versus 2. If you don't want to, it's hard to explain a little bit. So there are 3 wall pieces on the right side, and then only 2 on the left, I believe. So when putting in those little door wall pieces, you can see when it's going to be uneven. Oh no, it is 2 and 2, and then 1 central piece in the middle. But you'll see when we try and do a little bit more design around it, how it looks very uneven, and it's very, very annoying. And the only way I would be able to fix it is if I shifted the whole building over by 1, and that includes the outer walls. So that I could do that, but I'd rather not, because this did take a while. I mean, each video I build about for an hour to an hour and a half. And then once sped up by 5 times in the edit, like you're seeing now, it usually reduces them to 10 to 20 minutes for building. So this actually really could have gone on the end of the last part, but I wanted to get out a few more parts. So yeah, you can see where that one door is. It's only off to the left rather than having 2 central ones. So I was thinking, well, I might as well just put in a couple of more doors to make it look even. But then I decided to go for windows instead, and this is just me trying to figure out what's going on here by counting the squares each piece of wall is built on, and I realised my mistake. So yeah, we're just going through trying to find something suitable. So yeah, trying to build the doors in there instead. And this sort of process took even longer, because I was trying to find the right part of the square to build the walls on, and obviously I couldn't see because of the roof pieces are all on now. So yeah, just putting in the windows now, and then grabbing the tower pieces that we've used so many times now, just to add a little bit more detail, and then some flags, and there we go. That is Bowser's Castle completed pretty much. And we're just going to slow down and see how it all looks. You can see just how laggy it's getting now. It's not very nice, is it? I'll try and figure out a way around all of this, but there we go. Bowser's Castle finished, and possibly the series on hiatus for a little bit. I'll get back to you on that, but thanks for watching. Bye!